The selling really accelerated this week, not only in the Nasdaq 100 but across the board. In our previous video I called out 11688 as the key area to watch, and that if we close below, the selling would accelerate. Well, on Sunday night the Nasdaq 100 gapped down, opening right around that level, as highlighted here, before price collapsed. The green candle you see here midweek was the Fed announcing a 75 basis point rate hike. This is a day after wholesale prices in the US rose by 10.8% year on year in May. Fed Chair Powell also stated that either a 50 basis point or a 75 basis point increase would be most likely at the next meeting. Wednesday's rally was really a retest of the 11688 level, as you can see here, with price coming off sharply the following day. I mean, one thing you should not be doing right now is following the headlines. Just look at this headline. This came out a day after the Fed interest rate hike. If you had looked at the headlines the day before, it was something on the lines of investors believe the Fed will be able to bring down inflation back under control following the rate hike. Headlines are not what you want to be following in a choppy, volatile market. Better to follow the price, as price is driving your P&L. The rally on Wednesday was more sell the rumor, buy the news, with the rate hike confirming what most market participants had expected. Inflation is a big problem, not just in the US but globally. Here in the UK, the Bank of England expects inflation to reach double digits. It's clear the central banks have lost control of inflation, and now they're backed into a corner where they have no option but to hike rates, which will hurt risk assets and sentiment. Going back to the charts, in terms of what is next and what to look out for, I mentioned if we lost the 11688 level, we would flush lower, and that has happened this week. In terms of a bounce spot, I mentioned two levels, 11400 and 10700. You can see from the weekly chart here, price pierced the 11400. The 200-week moving average has shifted to around 10800 this week, so this will be the first area. However, we could see price flush to as low as 10400, 10500, at which point I do expect a snapback rally. On the upside, resistance levels are 11365, followed by 11590, and the big one, 11688. It should be noted the bias remains to the downside, and it's still a sell type rally market, so remain cautious when going long, unless we hit some of those major support levels I mentioned earlier. With that said, thank you for watching, and do hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content, and I'll see you at the next one.